NBA basketball back in your face 9 months later. We were so excited for tonight's preseason game.
Yeah, we won. Thank God. Let's get into this. Let's talk about what we saw tonight.
Take notes.
Big Beach.
We're here.
My man, Alan,
It's different this time.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Terry and Trey. Knicks basketball is back. I was hyped all day. Been drinking all day, so maybe this is gonna be a bit sloppy, like the play on the court. But we saw some
Towards
things
the
tonight.
end. Towards the end.
But in
It
general,
got sloppy. But
in general, let's just talk generally what we saw. You did see guys so excited to play. You could feel like they were just like, oh my God, we're playing basketball again.
I felt a huge effort from everyone that was on the court.
Yeah.
And I felt that the effort all came from them wanting to prove to Tibbs that they could play basketball and they're supposed to be in the NBA. That's
Okay,
what
defense.
that's how I felt.
Yeah, so I'll talk about the defense, right? Specifically on the defensive side. We saw guys today. I saw Dennis Smith Jr. give effort I haven't seen for a while. I saw guys in the passing lanes, active hands. Now, fundamentally, we weren't perfect, we weren't strong, but the effort was there, and effort can get you so far. You know, I made a tweet and I kind of made a joke that it's like a Disney movie, right? You can't beat them on talent. It's my Knicks shirt that I took off. You can't beat them on talent. You got to beat them on effort. And what you saw tonight was guys out there playing hard, getting in the passing lanes, active hands, you know. So even if we're not doing the right thing fundamentally, they're trying harder on defense. And I can tell you, in a regular season that's long, as like a marathon, that can get you so far against a team that every night teams aren't trying that hard. So if you're going to give that much more effort, you got young guys running around there, you can win games you're not supposed to win.
They also haven't played for 9 months. So the effort
Yes.
could be also coming from a whole other place, right?
true.
Like they really want to play. They're finally getting to be back on the court. So some of the effort could come from there. But what I also saw with that effort and that energy was a quickness on the court. Like they speeded up a little bit.
It was snappy.
From 33 to 45 on the record player, if you know what I'm talking about.
That's not a reference for me. Are the old heads in the comments? Let me know.
Basically we ran a 45 tonight instead of 33. And Knox did mention that, you know, Tibbs had them running up and down the court. And he knows he has a young team. So he can have them run up and down the court because they have that energy, right?
Yeah. So we saw that. We saw even on the offensive sets, they weren't perfect at all, but they got into the movements quicker. They maybe they didn't take great shots, but there was not this kind of waiting around to the end of the shot clock. It was like boom, boom, boom.
They were moving. They were like this. Like there was a plan.
Yeah.
Obi Toppin showed athleticism, and this is something that all of the players sort of mentioned about him, right? Frank, I mean, or every single player sort of, most of the players, I think, said something about Obi. Basically, that he had athleticism. Still learning to spell it properly right now. But yeah, all the players have been saying that about him, and we saw it tonight. We saw his energy, his effort. He was exciting to watch, even, you know, in an empty stadium. I just wish there were fans in the crowd.
I know. I mean, listen, Obi, what I saw tonight, and this is why I really think we gotta find a way to get rid of Randall at some point and let Obi just run wild, is even when Obi was there making mistakes, whatever he was doing, there was energy behind it. Obviously, look, it's his first ever NBA games. He's going to give that. But that's who he's been. Even when he makes mistakes on defense, he's running, he's diving out of bounds, trying to save the ball. He's this activity and this energy about him that's infectious. It spreads to the rest of the team. There's that really nice play with him and Kevin Knox, where Kevin Knox pump fake, popped inside, passed it back to Obi. Obi finished. And he just saw the young core. We're getting into the young core a bit as well. Obi really looks like the guy. He looks like the leader. He had 11 points and 7 rebounds tonight in limited minutes off the bench. You gotta love it. Even though Julius didn't have like a bad game, I saw more effort out of Julius. I just think of what Obi does and what he brings to the lineup, and I feel like, okay, this is sustainable. This is what we need. This is what we gotta be going forward. And that U team, let's talk about that U team, because when the lineup dropped, people were pissed. Twitter was going crazy, and I said, guys, listen, as much as this isn't the lineup you wanted, this is the first preseason game. Tibbs said we're going to try some stuff out. But that second lineup, I'm going to ask you about it. It was Dennis Smith,
Frank, Knox, Obi, and Mitch. And that lineup was exciting to watch. They all seemed to be super light on their feet. Like I said, again, up and down the court, quick. And they had a different level of energy. And you just said it as well with Obi. I do think that it's infectious. That when one person is coming on the court with that kind of energy, they want to prove themselves. Everyone else kind of steps up their game, right?
Yep.
It's almost like Like when the Lakers, whatever team he's playing, when the Lakers come to play, or the opposing team steps up their game because they're playing against that team, right? That team with that superstar and so on. So I definitely felt that tonight. And again, it's so funny because it's a pre-season game and it's the first game back, and we're screaming and acting like,
it was every RJ bucket. RJ started iffy. Missed a lot of shots early, but got into the game later on. Aggressive, getting to the rim, 15 points in the end. Not the perfect game, but good to see him getting aggressive. It's interesting to see what Tibbs wants to do with his team. He said he's going to try different lineups. We didn't see Quickly today. We didn't see Spellman. We didn't see Miles Powell. We didn't see, and I'm missing other guys. We didn't see a lot of the later bench guys. But I think Tibbs you're going to see some games where some of the guys that played on the bench are not going to play at all.
Right.
I do think we tapped into something with that Dennis Smith Jr., Frank Ntilikina backcourt. Now, for both of them, I want to say Dennis Smith Jr. today, as much as he wasn't perfect, the jump shot definitely looked better. I did a video on Dennis Smith Jr. jump shot. It 100% looks improved, even though when he missed, it was in and out. And the whole, the stroke looked better. It looked like he was shooting at a better release point. I thought Frank and Dennis kind of worked well. There were a lot of kinks. I think Dennis still didn't know what to do at certain times, but he looked lighter. He looked more fluid going up and down the court. And last year, I felt like he was in his head so much. I didn't feel like that this time. And Frank made some of his shots. He was active. He was moving around. He's not playing point guard. I don't think he's going to play point guard at all.
Yeah,
I think
that's
clear.
probably not his position anymore.
Yeah, it's very clear he's going to play like the 2. Mm-hmm. But it was fun. It was fun to finally see him and Dennis. There's always this like Frank versus Dennis thing.
And it should never have been that.
And it really shouldn't be, because Frank is versatile. We saw that today. Did some good things on defense. Hit a couple shots. So I really liked how they kind of played off each other. How about Kevin Knox tonight?
So Knox only had 5 points tonight, but what I did like was just the energy level that I felt I saw from him. And I know I may be being a little bit biased based on his media interview because I really felt that he made specific points about his improvements and specific points about trainers he was working with and the game, the change of the game, the change of the pace of the game and the change of the game under Tibbs. So because of that, again, maybe I'm being a little bit biased, but we got to wait and see if you couple more games. It's the first game of the season. We have just been so excited to see basketball, to see Knicks basketball.
Yep.
So we are sort of treating this like it's a much later game. And we're in December. So by December, typically,
normally we'd have much more going on.
We're deep into, well, not deep, but we're a little bit into the season that we know what's going on.
Yeah.
I think that Tibbs is going to give us several different lineups.
Yeah.
That are going to be very different. I think he's looking to see how these guys are going to play because now they're playing against the opposing team,
right?
Not their own teammates, right? Where we're playing one-on-one basketball with each other, or even the team on team, but it's your team. So this is different now, right? Because now you're playing against the team that you need to beat. So the only thing is, we had like a nice lead at some point.
Yeah, we dropped off late.
We dropped off late, which is so typical Knicks. We had dropped to like 6, and then I think we got up a little bit after that.
Yeah.
But we had to cut that out because that's like a Knicks thing, and it can't be anymore.
It can't be. But I do think
we can't have games where in the third quarter or early in the fourth we have a 20-point lead, and then coming towards the end we're scrambling. Right. That makes no sense. If you have a nice lead in the fourth, keep it, but we're way early in the season for me to be making any of those kind of predictions. So
yeah, I think sloppiness all around. Detroit was sloppy as well. In the end, I want to talk about Elfrid Payton real quick. 10.7 assists. Elfrid is going to produce, but he can't shoot. You saw him missing some of those threes today, and I worry about the spacing. So, like you said, Tibbs is going to figure it out. He's going to move some things around, make things make more sense. I didn't love the starting lineup, I liked when I saw the bench unit. I was really excited. I felt like those guys came in and just brought that energy. Obviously, they were playing against worse players, so they're not playing against the Blake Griffins, etc. And it's preseason. How much can you really put stock into this stuff?
Right.
But overall, I think the takeaway from tonight is Tibbs is really coaching. You saw him take off the mask.
Oh.
What the...
He was coaching and on there playing defense, you said.
Yeah, there was a possession where it looked like Tibbs was like half involved. So you definitely saw an energy level from the guys that replicated what Tibbs is about, what he's been about, and what he wants. Right? Watching him on the screen right now, look at me screaming, he's angry at people. I think, listen, those things matter, right? When you feel a little bit of fear a healthy fear of your coach, you're gonna put a little bit more effort in. So for me right now, it's all about effort. I want to talk about Nerlens Noel too quickly. Really like what he did tonight. He was solid. I think you see, a lot of shock that Mitch didn't start. Mitch, actually, I don't think Mitch scored at all. Mitch had 2 points, but I believe there were 2 free throws, right?
Yeah.
So Mitch didn't really score any baskets. He didn't get those lobs. A lot of guys tried to throw lobs up to him. Dennis Smith had a couple bad lobs that didn't really look good. Frank had one that was kind of off as well.
Frank sent 2 assists to him and that didn't go through.
Yeah, he got fouled on them. So He was active, but I think you see what Nerlens Noel brings, because Nerlens Noel had 10 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks. And the thing is, he's going to be more consistent than Mitch. Now, is this a ploy to get Mitch to get his shit together? Or is this like, we're going to have a sustainable center in there, because Mitch has had foul issues his whole career. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even today he had today he had 20 minutes, and 20 minutes in I think he was at 4 fouls.
Right.
So the thing is, I think it's a little bit of both, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of like, hey, get your shit together, or this guy could replace you, right?
Listen, so sometimes that works the wrong way. I will say with Mitch and with Tibbs, this could be something that just gets into that next level. I think they see his talent. Mitch has that athleticism that you cannot teach. And even though Nerlens Noel did a solid job overall today, Mitch does have a higher ceiling, and maybe he does need this little kick in the butt. But then again, I really do like the idea of all these kids playing together.
Yes.
As much as I was annoyed, not annoyed, I wasn't annoyed, by the way. I tweeted about it. I said, people on Twitter were going crazy. And I even said, it's not that crazy. It's a first preseason game. Let them rock. But what I realized is last year, right, we'd have a lineup with like 2 young players and 3 vets. And then the bench would be 3 vets and 2 young players, which meant you hated both lineups a little bit.
Right.
Now, you know what I felt? Even though I didn't love the starting lineup, now I see the bench and I love the entire bench.
Yeah.
I love the idea of DHJ, Frank, Knox, Mitch, Obi going out there. And I want to see RJ in that lineup as well, mix it up a little bit. RJ, again, like I said, came on late, scored his 15 points, happy about that. His shot still looks a little bit iffy, but I really think a lot of this was guys just like pressing, pushing a little bit too hard, first game back, the nerves, the jitters, all there. None of the really young guys played. We didn't see Spellman, we didn't see Quickly, we didn't see
Quickly.
Malpalo.
I was looking forward to seeing Quickly. So hopefully on Sunday is the next game, I think.
Yes, Sunday.
So hopefully on Sunday we get to see Quickly play.
Yeah.
But all in all, you know what? We got a win. It was nice to see the guys out on the court finally.
Yes.
And it was great to see Tom Thibodeau on the sideline coaching the team.
What is coaching like? I'm finding out now. But real talk, I think the biggest takeaway above all, apart from the effort, is Obi Toppin looks special. Like he does. You didn't want to say it. Say it. You gotta say it now.
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it because, yes.
Put it out there.
He looks like he could be something really special, and I'm not ready to say anything yet. It's 1 game in.
It's 1 game in, but even with his mistakes, that energy level, that activity is something you cannot teach. Shout out to Obi Toppin. Knicks win, which is a good thing. We'll see you guys next episode. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about today's game? Who do you like? Who stood out? What do you think about the rotations, the lineups? We have a long way to go before the season. Not really, like a couple weeks. We have 3 more games. We're to figure some stuff out. And it's interesting to see where Tibbs goes after this. Does he change the starting lineup next week?
Right.
Because he saw some good things off the bench.
I think he is going to change his starting lineup for the next 3 games, to be honest.
Every game going on.
Yeah. And then, because it's 4 preseason games, right?
Yep.
So once that's done,
boom, boom, boom.
then we're going to see what the lineup is.
Let's see.
That's what I think.
Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Take care. Knicks basketball is back. How did you guys feel? Let me know. It was an exciting night just even watching the Knicks again. It felt almost surreal. It's like, wow, the Knicks are on. That's crazy.
I got him to come to my house to watch the game tonight.
I came to mom's crib to watch it. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace. Take care.